May the meditation of my mind and my heart, the words of my lips, bless these your people and be acceptable to you, O God. Amen. So today we have Plough Sunday and our scriptures. And Plough Sunday is a time to celebrate the hours of tilling and preparing before the seed can be sown. A celebration of digging and the labour of the winter feeding of cattle. We celebrate too, perhaps the beginning of the season, looking forward to spring. In medieval times, often the plough was kept in the church. And when the ploughmen were off work in winter, they would go around with the plough, trying to get money off the people who they usually worked for. And sometimes that could cause a bit of disturbance, as they would kind of try and, if you don't give us any money, we'll plough your ground, or we'll cause a bit of disruption. So how does that fit with our scriptures this morning? We have Nathaniel sitting under a fig tree. That picture of creation, of him being sheltered by a tree. We have the words, come and see a new thing. Come and see. Come and sing a new song. So today I wanted to think about how perhaps in COVID we saw creation as something, somewhere we could go and hear God's voice. When we couldn't go other places. We could go into creation, into the world that God had made for us, that God had gifted to us, to hear the voice of God. To hear the voice of God in a new way. Just as Samuel heard that voice, that he wasn't sure who it was. I think most of us found that a place in nature where we could hear God anew in a different way. Just as Nathaniel was surprised how he met Jesus. He wasn't expecting to see anything good come of Nazareth. He wasn't expecting to meet the Messiah on that day. But as Philip said to him, he experienced a new thing. So today I want us to open ourselves to experiencing God anew through the creation that God has given us. In sacramental theology we talk about how the sacraments are a gift of God's invisible grace, invisible things. And the Celtic tradition talks about how the earth, the creation, is the first gift of that sacramental giving. That God created this whole world for you, me, for Adam, for Eve, for the whole human race, so that we could experience truly who God was. And it all went a bit wrong. So today we need to come afresh to our creation, as we bless our gardening implements, as we prepare for the new season of preparing the soil, getting your tools ready, of planting the seeds afresh in this new year. We need to think anew about what creation represents for each one of us. To think afresh where God is at work in our lives. To think anew about where God can speak to us. Perhaps it might be in the garden. Perhaps it might be in the expected place, here, as you come to communion, as you offer your prayers to God. Maybe it might be in the face and the voice of someone you do not know. Or perhaps someone new that you've met along the way. Someone in need, who reminds you that we are called to love and care for those we meet, to be neighbours. So, like Nathaniel, we are called to come and sing. To sing a new song, as that Revelation story tells us. To shake the hand of a stranger. And to think anew of our traditions. To think anew of the things that we have been called to do. That fig tree perhaps represents a metaphor of the people of Israel. And of how the Sadducees and the Pharisees had turned the law into something different to what it was meant to be. So again, we need to refresh ourselves and think anew of what God calls us and who God calls us to be. Think about what that fig tree represents for us, what provides us shelter, what encourages us to see God in different ways. Where can we connect? Where can we find a new experience? Let us participate fully in the community that we are called to be, a community of God, working together to love each other, to love God, and to love our neighbour. So today I invite you to start afresh on a new journey of faith, a new journey of experiencing God in all that he is, in the person of Jesus, experiencing all that he has to offer in creation and in all the other places that God is at work in our lives. Through the sacrament of creation, the sacrament of communion, the sacrament of fellowship together. So this Plough Sunday at the beginning of the new year, let us remember that our faith is an everyday faith, not just a Sunday faith, where we are called to take up the tools that we have been given to bless the ground. And perhaps in this day and age, those tools could be other things other than the things that we are blessing today. Perhaps computers, perhaps phones, perhaps other means of reaching out beyond ourselves to those around us to talk about the Christ that we know. Amen.